Welcome back to another episode of TNC, where we have a very exciting card for you all tonight. Sarah Lopez getting ready to compete in one-on-one action for the first time on TNC. Debuted back at Clash of the Titans in a fatal four-way. Ended up coming up short. Put on a good performance nonetheless. Very excited to see what she can do here in singles competition. Opponent in Olivia Harnage, though, is no joke. Very decorated women's wrestler in her own right. Multiple-time RHW Women's Champion. Has yet to get a title opportunity here in TNC, though. Now she goes against a newcomer in Sarah Lopez. Can Harnage stay on the right track after her win against Olivia Martinez back at Clash a few weeks ago? Her run here thus far has been inconsistent, to say the least. But we all remember how dominant she was back in RHW. She's still trying to find that form. And in recent weeks, she has shown more consistent winning that we saw back in RHW. As both women are ready to go here, and here we go. Lopez out the gate strong with a drop kick, but Harnage quickly back to her feet and hits a springboard forearm. Both women back to their feet, now collar and elbow tie up. Harnage able to power Lopez into the corner. Ref gonna have to break these two women up. But Harnage right back on the offensive. But Lopez able to catch her with an elbow. And now able to hit the Hurricane Rana straight out of the corner. Big stomp to the face and another one by Lopez. And now just contorting the knee of Olivia Harnage. That could cause Harnage some problems later on in this match if she ever goes for the Harnage collapse. We know how deadly that move is as Lopez hits a springboard dropkick. Now into the cover she goes. And a quick kick out at one by Harnage. Harnage able to roll to the outside. Lopez quickly up to the top rope and hits the DDT to the floor. And once again, right back to the knee and the ankle of Harnage. Lopez making her way back into the ring. The ref not gonna let her get back to the outside, but Lopez went for a suicide dive behind the ref's back, and that distraction by the referee gave Harnage just enough time to get out of the way. And now Harnage looking to take advantage with a power bomb onto the apron and swinging her into the LED. And now stomping away at the back of Lopez. Harnage has completely regained control of this match as both women set to re-enter the ring. Harnage ripcord forearm. Harnage waiting for Lopez to get back to her feet here. Over the top rope with the kick. Bringing Lopez back to her feet. Lopez able to catch the foot of Harnage and turning it into a German suplex. And now Lopez rolling Harnage over, but Harnage tried to get to her feet. Lopez not going to let her. Now Lopez gets whipped off the rope by Harnage. Big right to the gut by Harnage. And now a big lariat turns Sarah Lopez inside out. Harnage going for a cover. Can she put her away? No. And once again, Harnage back on the attack here. But Lopez able to turn it around and land a couple forearms on Harnage. Bringing Harnage back to her feet. Her leg gets caught by Harnage. And now Harnage, turning Lopez inside out there, gets a 2 count on the pin. And now Harnage might be looking for the Harnage collapse to put Sarah Lopez away. Can she hit it? Yes, she can. Harnage collapse. Into the cover goes Harnage. This could do it right here. Can she put her away? Kick out at 2.5 by Lopez. Moonsault by Harnage, but nobody home as Lopez got out of the way. Now off the ropes goes Harnage. And a big spinning heel kick by Lopez and into the cover quickly. And a 2 count before Harnage kicks out. And now Harnage slowed to get to her feet in the corner. Lopez, I'm not sure what Harnage was doing there. That drop kick was very miscalculated. Lopez looking to take advantage, can't quite do so. Big clothesline by Harnage. Harnage may be baiting her with those failed moves as she hits another one. And now Lopez off the ropes, knee to the gut, kick to the back of the head. And now Harnage off the ropes, double axe handle to a prone Lopez. And Lopez quickly back to her feet. Big kick there. And she makes her way up to the top rope very quickly. Sarah Lopez looking for the spiral tap. And she's quickly into the cover. Can she put Harnage away here? 2 count and another kick out by Harnage. Lopez to the apron. Looking for that springboard drop kick once again. Lopez hits another drop kick on Olivia Harnage. Quickly to the top rope again. Looking for the elbow drop. And Olivia Harnage is in a very dangerous position as the confidence grows in Sarah Lopez. But Harnage able to catch her with an elbow. But that's not going to stop Sarah Lopez from hitting a back suplex. Big kick to the gut there by Lopez. But Harnage able to catch Lopez with a kick to the face. And once again, Harnage to the apron, looking for that dive over the top rope, but can't hit it for a 3rd time. Now sending Lopez off the ropes. Big right hand by Harnage. Harnage hoisting Lopez up, back first off the turnbuckle and just gets tossed back to the middle of the ring. And now Harnage may be looking for a 2nd Harnage collapse here. Has the arm hooked, the leg hooked, Harnage collapse. Rolling Lopez over into the cover. Can she put her away? 1, 2, and Lopez able to grab the bottom rope. Smart ring awareness there by Sarah Lopez to realize she was that close to the ropes. Knowing that she might not have been able to kick out of the Harnage collapse, had enough left in her to grab that bottom rope and break up the pin. Codebreaker by Harnage on the outside. And she keeps the pressure on. Lopez tossed back into the ring. Harnage not far behind. I don't know what Olivia Harnage is doing. She might just be toying with Sarah Lopez at this point. And Harnage looking for a third Harnage collapse, and she connects. Dragging Lopez back towards the middle of the ring. Can she put her away after a third Harnage collapse? And that is it. A great opening match between these two women. But it's Olivia Harnage who comes out on top. There were a couple points in this match where Sarah Lopez could have put the dagger in Harnage. But she's still young and inexperienced. She put up a damn good fight against a multi-time women's champion. And the future, indeed, is very bright for Sarah Lopez. But right now, the present looks very bright for Olivia Harnage. Coming out of this opening contest victorious, continuing the momentum she built with her 3-match series against Olivia Martinez, in which she swept Martinez 3-0. You gotta think that Olivia Harnage is that close to being next in line for a women's title match. As I just said, her recent record shows that she'd be more than deserving of a title match. But we'll have to wait and see if the CEO agrees and if that title match is in Harnage's future. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next match. BHS had a massive week last week. They were able to knock off Owen Spade and Matt Marco. Owen Spade got sent to jail for 30 days. And now the BHS have a tag title match in a couple weeks at Battleground. Everything seems to be going right for them. Tonight they're looking for things to go no differently as they prepare for their tag title match. Crimson and Glass have been a very successful tag team thus far here in TNC. But tonight they're going to face the one team that beat them in the tag title tournament. Corporation in the semifinals of the tag title tournament pulled off what many consider the upset of the year when they were able to beat the BHS, who were the #1 seed, and they made it to Clash of the Titans. But unfortunately for them, they would fall short, as Matt Marco and Tyler Vincent were crowned the first ever TNC Tag Team Champions. Can they pull it off one more time tonight and maybe shake up the tag division a little more? We're about to find out. It's going to be Zyler Glass and Miguel Tigre starting this match out. And the bell is rung, and here we go. Big enziguri out the gate by Glass. And now just stomping away at the ribs. Big forearm to the face. Tigre able to roll out of the way, able to dodge that kick by Glass. And now getting a little help from Darius Praise, but Tigre not able to capitalize. Glass, crossroads in the middle of the ring. Just tossing Tigre back into his corner as Glass will go for a tag, and in comes Cole Crimson. Now an enziguri by Tigre knocks Crimson to the mat. Continuing to use those kicks to his advantage. Cole able to dodge that drop kick though. And we got a striking contest going on between Cole and Tigre. Cole hoisting Tigre up for what could be a buckle bomb in the corner. Or no, he turns around and Tigre falls face first into the turnbuckle. Now rolling Miguel Tigre over into a cover by Cole Crimson and a kick out at 1. Darius Praise looking for a tag, but Cole Crimson not going to let that happen as he lays in a big headbutt. And now both legal men on the outside here. And now Tigre getting tossed back into the ring by Cole. Cole now going after the arm of the much smaller Tigre. Now leg drop by Cole. Tigre went for a kick, but Cole ended up catching the leg and a big clothesline. Now Cole gonna go for a tag. Zyler Glass coming back into this matchup. Tigre able to kick Glass away. He's still not going for a tag. And that might work to his detriment, maybe not. Tigre able to turn it around on Glass, sending him off the ropes. Big right hand by Miguel Tigre. Now going after the knee of Glass, and Miguel Tigre finally gets a tag into his partner Darius Praise. Praise storming right for Glass. Off the ropes he goes. Big drop kick by Praise. Now Praise hits a big knee. Praise gets dropped by Glass there with a big clothesline. Glass able to catch the leg. And now sending Praise halfway across the ring there. Big uppercut, and the strikes keep coming from Glass. Hooking the arm, suplex by the man of many minds as he goes for a tag. Cole Crimson back into this match. Praise back to his feet. Is Cole gonna hoist him up and hits a running power slam. And now it's Miguel Tigre trying to get back in this match. But Darius Praise can't get to his corner. Big clothesline there by Cole. Cole continuing to just pick apart whoever's in this match. As Praise able to get the tag in. as Cole went for a headbutt off the top rope, but nobody was even remotely near him as a springboard poison Rana by Miguel Tigre taking out Cole Crimson, and now just stomping away at the back of Crimson and finishes it off with a springboard moonsault into a cover, broken up immediately by Zyler Glass. Tigre looking for the Mexican Destroyer. And now Tigre up to the top rope. Hits the frog splash. No, he doesn't. Cole able to get out of the way. Now double axe handle to the back of Tigre. Off the ropes he goes. Big lariat turning Tigre inside out into a cover. Can he put the corporation away? No. Kick out at 2.5 by Tigre. Cole whipping around Tigre. Leg drop onto the arm. As Tigre looking for a tag. Cole tags in Zyler Glass. And Tigre able to make it over to Darius Praise. And a mind shatter by Glass. Into the cover he goes. Can he put Darius Praise away here? No. Kick out at 2. He just got the shoulder up. Praise able to kick Glass away and hits a springboard moonsault. Now a jumping knee by Praise. As Miguel Tigre back on the apron for the corporation here. Glass able to kick Praise away. But a cheap shot by Tigre stuns Glass in the corner, allowing Praise time to get back to his feet. Big knee by Praise. And now it's the BHS who are desperate for a tag. Turning Glass over. And now has the arms entrenched in the legs of Glass. But Glass able to roll out of the submission. Big step up in Zagiri by the man of many minds. Rolling Praise over into a cover. Can he put them away here? No. Kick out at 2. Glass once again going back to the legs. Just wrenching at the ankle. Bringing Praise back to his feet. Picking him up. Marching him back into the middle of the ring. Big scoop slam. And now a tag into Cole Crimson. Cole can put this match away very quickly, but a Hurricane Rana from Praise might stop that, as Praise gets the tag into Miguel Tigre. Tigre sending Cole off the ropes, ducking under. But Cole too big for Tigre, and a big spinning heel kick. And now Cole gets caught by Tigre. Big knee, wiping out Crimson. And now Tigre, Russian leg sweep. And now back to his corner for a tag into Praise. Big lariat missed by Cole. Cole able to get his boot up there. And now a sleeper locked in on Praise in the middle of the ring. Is Praise going to tap out here? He's got nowhere to go. And he's forced to tap out. And the BHS come away with another win in tag team action. They were able to avenge their loss from the semifinals and come away with a big win here. And they look as poised and ready as ever to take those tag titles away from Matt Marco and Tyler Vincent. They know they can beat Matt Marco already, as they were able to pin him last week. But in 2 weeks' time will be their ultimate test, as those tag titles are gonna be on the line for the first time since Clash of the Titans. We'll see what Battleground has in store for the BHS. But for now, we move on to our next match.
The foe is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Prior Lake, Minnesota.
Chloe Adams, another one of the four who debuted at Clash of the Titans in the Women's 4-Way Showcase. And now she's also making her first appearance in one-on-one action here at TNC. Much like Sarah Lopez, still very young and inexperienced in this business. She's got a lot of growing to do, but she can put herself on the map here tonight with a win. Has only a few years of experience in the indie circuit before signing with TNC. But that experience was enough to get her a contract.
And her opponent from Istanbul, Turkey, Alexia Lane.
Now it's to go up against one of the very best TNC has to offer in Alexia Lane. Been sidelined for the past few weeks due to injury, but has been cleared to compete by TNC doctors. And she is ready to go. Remember that triple threat back at full speed ahead. Alexia Lane ended up taking the loss, getting pinned by Haley Blackwell. Hasn't been able to reach those heights of a title match since. And she looks to get back on the right track. And here we go. Adams coming out the gate strong with those punches, sending Alexia Lane crashing to the mat, now with a stomp and a big kick, sends her to the mat again. Adams coming out the gate like her hair's on fire. Lane barely able to get back to her feet already. Hoisted up by Adams. Big shoulder breaker. Now Adams just pummeling away at Alexia Lane. Big kick to the back there. Lane already, or excuse me, Adams already up to the top rope, waiting for Lane to get back to her feet. Missile drop kick, nobody home. And that's the opening that Alexia Lane needed, as she's able to hit that leg drop and a big knee to the skull. And now Alexia Lane gonna slow this pace down as she makes her way up to the second rope. Adams back to her feet, now up to the second rope, and this time able to hit the drop kick. Adams quickly up to the top once again. Hits the senton off the top. Lane catches the leg. Big knee. Lane off the second rope. Hits the drop kick. Lane gets caught by Adams. Sizing Lane up here. Off the ropes. Nothing doing there for Adams. Now hits the chops. Big boot sending Lane into the corner. Head scissors out of the corner by Adams. Into a cover. Can she put her away? No. Kick out at 1. Adams up to the second rope. Big splash. Now knee to the back of the head. Off the ropes, Adams. Big enziguri. Both women to the outside. Adams looking to keep the pressure on. Missed the kick there as Lane. Count up to 3 here. Down to 4. Elbows to the gut by Lane. Adams able to counter Lane there. As the count is up to 6, Lane getting tossed across the outside. Lane back to her feet, rolling through into a super kick. Lane back into the ring now, off the top rope with the splash. Caught enough of Adams. Lane, big knee. Now Lane up to the top again. Hits the code breaker. Off the top rope to the floor. Now finally getting this match back into the ring here. Lane, springboard, nobody home. Adams gets caught, enziguri. Adams planting Alexia Lane. Can she get the win here? 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Lane. Adams trying to keep the pressure on. But Lane able to catch her, hooks the arms. Big backbreaker. Into the cover. Can she put Adams away here? No, kick out at 2. Lane dragging Adams back to the middle of the ring. Rolling her over onto her back. And now looking for the choke. The triangle choke. In the middle of the ring, what's Adams gonna do? She's able to get out. And now Lane sizing Adams up. Russian leg sweep into the submission. Has the arm trapped. And Adams has no choice but to tap out. To the 4 women in the four-way showcase back at Clash are unsuccessful here tonight, despite both putting on very good showings. There was a 1 or 2 points in time in this match where you thought Chloe Adams had this match in the bag. This right here being one of them. But Alexia Lane barely able to kick out. And that was all Alexia Lane needed. As from that point on, she pretty much put this match to bed. And Alexia Lane back on the right track here. As she's able to pick up the submission victory. Good things should be coming Alexia Lane's way here soon. As Brett Mannix making his way to the ring with a microphone in hand. There's been rumblings that Mannix hasn't been happy with his booking, particularly since Clash. He's felt disrespected by the CEO for not putting him in matches. And this is an interesting development. Adam Ace confronting Brett Mannix. Who knows what this is about? We all know how Owen Spade feels about these two men. Both former RHW World Champions. Adam Ace apparently laying out a challenge to Mannix. But Mannix just popping him over the skull with the microphone. But Ace able to catch him with a right hand. And now here they go. Mannix planting Ace with a side slam. Ace able to send Mannix into the corner. Face first. Off the turnbuckle goes Mannix. Somebody needs to get security out here. This is not a scheduled match. Mannix gets dropped by Adam Ace. Security still nowhere in sight. I'm not sure what's going on or what the problem is here between these two. But it's boiled over enough to the point that they started to get physical in the ring. Ace, big jumping elbow to Mannix. And these two still going at it. Still no sign of security. A big right there by Adam Ace. And a big elbow. Adam Ace clearly taking the advantage, just pummeling Brett Mannix here. Big kick to the back there. And finally security made its way out to the ring. And now this show can continue on.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Dayton, Ohio, weighing in at 224 pounds, King Z!
think we can safely say that for the first time in a long time, we saw the real King Zero last week. Put on an absolutely dominant performance against the All-Star champ in Isaac Graves. We all remember King Zero is the inaugural All-Star champion, pulling off the upset, or what people thought would be an upset, but ended up having the most dominant tournament performance of anyone in the company. And he ended up losing that title to Nico Fox all the way back at Seasons Bleedings. Ended up regaining that title the very next week before dropping it again to Isaac Graves. Got another rematch against Graves, and he got absolutely pummeled in 5 minutes. And last week was able to give Graves his pound of flesh. But this week, Graves is going to face the man that Graves beat for his second title.
And his opponent from Hartford, Connecticut, weighing in at 228 pounds, the Assassin, Aiden Kennedy.
And that man being the Assassin, Aiden Kennedy, who won the belt from Matt Marco in a Falls Count Anywhere match just a few weeks ago, but ended up only holding the title for 2 weeks before losing it at Clash of the Titans. He got his rematch 2 weeks ago, ended up falling short against Isaac Graves. Graves still the only man to successfully defend that title. And now 2 former All-Star champions are gonna do battle here tonight. Personally speaking, this is a matchup I've wanted to see since the end of the All-Star title tournament. I cannot wait to see these two go one-on-one. Both King Zero and Aiden Kennedy are ready to go. And the bell is rung, and here we go. Kennedy out the gate, basement drop kick. Now a springboard moonsault all the way into the middle of the ring. And another basement drop kick by Kennedy. Coming out the gate strong here. Dropping the H-bomb onto the jaw of King Zero. Kennedy eyeing up his opponent, but King Zero able to catch the leg of the Assassin. Kennedy hoisting King Zero up, dropping him onto his knees. And now Kennedy up to the top, waiting for King Zero to reach his feet. Flipping into the springboard. Almost like a springboard Hurricane Rana. Kennedy waiting for King Zero to get up again here. And another drop kick, but nobody home. King Zero able to get out of the way. Big spinning kick by King Zero. And now just stomping at the back and now the face of Kennedy. Has the arm trapped. Gonna wrench at the fingers. Trying to weaken the Assassin's grip if he ever goes for either the Black Bullet or KBD. Moonsault by King Zero, nobody home, and another drop kick by Kennedy. Kennedy turning around on the top. Huge splash. And King Zero quickly back to his feet. And the strikes coming in hot from Kennedy. Kennedy hoisting King Zero up. Dropping him over the top rope. And now into a cover here. And all he could muster is a 1 count. Kennedy springboard poison Rana. Dropping the knee on the arm. But King Zero quickly back to his feet, hits a clothesline, hits another clothesline. King Zero catches the leg, sweeps the other leg of the assassin. And just like that, King Zero back in this match quickly as he hits a springboard moonsault off the top rope. And Aiden Kennedy forced to retreat to the outside. Super kick blocked by Kennedy. Now Kennedy hoisting King Zero up again to drop him over the top rope. And King Zero's momentum has been halted, at least for now. As King Zero starting to work on that injured knee of Kennedy. We all remember the torn ACL that Kennedy had just a few years ago. It takes a long time for you to feel right after a torn ACL. You can tell with that knee brace, it's still bothering him to this day. As a big knee strike by Kennedy there could put this matchup away, but no, just a kick out at 1. Kennedy backing up, looking for Rolling Thunder. Now Kennedy gonna systematically pick his opponent apart. And you can see the confidence growing in the assassin here. He gets countered by King Zero, big left. Now the kicks coming in, stomp to the back. Went for the senton, but Kennedy able to get out of the way. Big heel kick. But King Zero able to roll up Kennedy. Can he get a sneaky win? No, kick out at 1. Another big pump kick. And a springboard moonsault to boot. And now King Zero into the cover again and another 1 count. King Zero able to get those elbows into the gut of the assassin. And now it's Kennedy who's on the ropes here. King Zero stomping on the shoulder. Basement drop kick. Up to the top rope now. King Zero, what's he looking for? Hits the jumping neck breaker off the top. And now might be looking to put this one away with the King Cutter. Can he connect on it? Yes, he can. The King Cutter. Into the cover, middle of the ring. Can he put the former champ away? No, a kick out at 2. And now King Zero has the crossface locked in the middle of the ring, but Kennedy able to break the hold here with those elbows to the face. And now Kennedy has King Zero set up for the KBD. Can he put him away here? 1, 2, kick out by King Zero. Now Kennedy has the arms hooked, hoisting King Zero up and just dropping him like dead weight. And now a forearm by Kennedy. Another forearm by Kennedy. Misses the clothesline, hits the Pele kick. Now big knee from the assassin. into the cover, middle of the ring. Can he put King Zero away? Kick out at 2. King Zero quickly to his feet, but eats a sling blade. Now rising to his feet again. Buckshot gets blocked. Off the ropes. Big left. Now the kick's coming again. Stomp to the back. Now it's King Zero on the apron. Springboard clothesline catches enough of Kennedy to put him down. And a big kick might put this one away for King Zero. And another kick out by Kennedy. And a pop-up King Cutter. That could do it. Is this it? 1, 2, 3. What a match. That was incredible. But King Zero able to come up victorious. And it seems like that same guy we saw a few months ago is indeed back. Left no room for errors here tonight. Those errors he was making past few months are not present no more. You saw that fire in his eyes again. The precision in everything he did in the ring. Aiden Kennedy certainly brought his best, but tonight his best was not enough for the inaugural All-Star Champion. As I do have some breaking news, at Battleground, King Zero will be challenging for the All-Star Championship, looking to become a 3-time champion. Looking to regain the title he made famous. And he is just one step away. And ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time. For the first time ever, the TNC World Championship is on the line on TNC television. And it looks like the world champ is going to make his way out first. Normally, in a title match, he comes out second. But seeing as Air Zero wanted this match as soon as possible, Brent's is going to make him wait a little longer. Brent's always wanted to play mind games with his opponents. He feels as though all of his challengers have been beneath him. But is tonight the night that he overlooks his opponent and said opponent gets the best of him and takes that title from him? Brent usually isn't known as one to overlook people. He always knows what's in store. Certainly a different strategy by Brents here, coming out first. And there is your #1 contender. Air Zero won the Battle Royal in the main event last week. Once it became Final 3, he became a man on a mission. Eliminated Jake Phoenix in the Final 2. Outlasted everyone else, including stars like Adam Ace, like Aiden Kennedy, like Ken Killstrom, like Arthur Bay, who made his return. It was a very impressive win for Air Zero. And 3 seconds is all it takes for a life-changing victory. Now, can he get the job done is a whole different question. And there you see the prize, the TNC World Championship.
Introducing the challenger from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 230 pounds, the Asian Nightmare Zero. And his opponent from New York, weighing in at 260 pounds, the world champion, the anarchist, Peter Brent.
The belt hoisted up high. Both men are set to go in this world title match. Pete Brents and Air Zero, here we go. Brent's coming out the gate strong with the punches, but blocked by Air Zero. That punch is blocked by Brent. Now Air Zero rolled up into a pin. Ref not ready for it. And Air Zero able to kick out. Able to dodge that forearm by Brent. Big kick by Air Zero. And now Air Zero connects on the arm drag. And hits the dive. And quickly Air Zero is in control. But an elbow by Brent and a big forearm. Connects on the chop. Holds on for a second chop. And Air Zero forced to the outside quickly. Brent eats an elbow from Air Zero there. But now Brent's sending the high flyer back into the ring. If Brent is going to have success, he needs to keep this match in the middle of the ring. Can't let Air Zero use his high flying ability to his advantage. But this time, Air Zero shows off the strength and hits that German. But Brent's able to kick the much smaller Air Zero away, as is Air Zero able to do to Brent. And now kicking away at the face, off the ropes with speed, brushing his boot across the face of the world champion. And now a big stomp off the top rope by Air Zero, telling him to suck it. Oh, but the kick is blocked by Brent. But Air Zero can't keep the advantage as the chop block by Brent took down Air Zero. Now a rake of the back. And Brent looking to hit that rolling cutter. And he connects. That's the move that beat Adam Ace back at Clash. But it's not going to beat Air Zero here. Wait a minute! That's Keith! And he's got the golden ticket briefcase! Keith marching to the ring! He's cashing in! Keith is cashing in his briefcase! And this match is now a triple threat! Unbelievable! Keith must have seen an opportunity to steal the gold, and now hits the con cutter. And Brent is busted open as the pin is broken up by Air Zero. Big Insecurity takes out Keith. Air Zero turning his attention back to the champ. Hits the kick. And now Air Zero looking for the pin, and it's broken up by Keith. And now Keith hits the head scissors on Air Zero, and now Keith and Brent's gonna start trading blows. Going slap for slap here. Another one by Brent. That one is blocked. And Brent hits the big back fist. Air Zero back into the ring now. And Brent has him set up for the Art of Hate driver. And now Keith into the corner. Kick to the knee. Brent's to the second rope. Looking for Panama Sunrise. Into the cover on Keith to retain the title in a triple threat. No, kick out at 1. Big knee to the back by Air Zero. And now he'll turn his attention to Keith as Brent rolls to the outside. Planting Keith. Picking him back up. Off the ropes. Hits the big elbow into the cover to win the world title. Can Air Zero do it? No, broken up at the last second by Brent. And Keith is in big trouble. But he's able to fend off Brent's for now. Off the ropes he goes, drop kick. As Keith lands back on his feet. Big German with the arms hooked by Air Zero. And now Air Zero turning his attention to the world champ. DDT. And now lining up Brent is Air Zero. Hidden Blade. Into the cover to win the world title. Can he do it? Kick out at 2. Keith went for the springboard Keithinator, but nobody home. Now Air Zero turning his attention back to Brent, but a back body drop to counter by the world champ. Turning his attention to Keith now. Looking for the Art of Hate driver on Keith, and he connects! Into the cover he goes to retain his title. Broken up by Air Zero. Off the ropes, hits the enziguri on Brent. But Brent still has plenty left in the tank here. But Air Zero counters Brent with the forearms. Spear by Keith to Air Zero. Brent rolls out of the ring. Is this Keith's moment? Kick out by Air Zero at 2. Keith up to the top. He's looking for the Keithinator, and he connects! The Keithinator to win the title. 1, 2. Kick out by Air Zero at 2. Unbelievable. That forearm takes out both men as Brent's now looking for one more Art of Hate driver to Air Zero to put this match away. Got him set up. Art of Hate driver. Into the cover. 1, 2, no. The springboard by Keith breaks up the pin. And now Brent's marching around the ring with Air Zero hoisted high, dropping him chest first. Elbow to Keith now by Brent. Maybe went for that rolling cutter, but Keith able to push him off. Big European uppercut. Now it's Keith into the cover to win the title for the first time. Kick out by Brent. All three men back to their feet. Air Zero on the outside though. Big jumping drop kick. Now Keith off the ropes. Brent dodges, but doesn't dodge that drop kick by Keith. Keith up to the top. He gets smacked by Air Zero. And Keith off the top didn't really do much there to help him. But Air Zero trying to help his own cause. Hoisting Keith up high. And dropping him face first on the turnbuckle, and he's busted open. Big right to Air Zero. And now Brent's going to turn his attention to Keith. Brent's definitely can't feel too good with Keith cashing in on him. But this is the aim of the game. Keith doing what he feels like he's got to do to further his career. Air Zero going to turn his attention over to Keith on the outside. Hoisting Keith up. Dropping him on the apron. And now Air Zero goes face first off the apron, courtesy of Brent. Brent's back to the outside as Keith and Air Zero continue to go at it. Air Zero gets dropped on the apron. And a rolling forearm by the world champ. All three men now to their feet as Air Zero goes face first into the post. Big knee there by Keith. Keith back into the ring, as is Brent. Brent's off the ropes, looking for another cutter. Into the cover, broken up quickly by Air Zero. And now Air Zero with those kicks to Keith. Big forearm. Into the cover goes Air Zero to win his first world title, immediately broken up by Brent. And now Brent has the Anaconda Vice locked in on Air Zero. Middle of the ring, and he's forced to tap out. And Brent, with all the odds against him, is still your TNC World Champion. What an absolutely crazy match, start to finish. Brent and Air Zero in the early going were absolutely cooking. And then out of nowhere, Keith's music hits. He cashes in the golden ticket. But it was all for naught, as Pete Brent was able to force Air Zero to tap out to the Anaconda Vice. And that would end the match. And Pete Brent, despite all the odds, is still world champion. What an unbelievable main event. Main event. This is going to be one that they talk about years down the line as an all-time TNC classic. And the reign of the Anarchist continues. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week.